Oh my god, that's like the 30th sneeze within like the past 5 minutes. Hello, I look like absolute garbage. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is me, Amanda. How's it going? My eyes are puffy. My nose is red. I look disgusting because I have really bad allergies right now, and I was around a cat last night. I'm terribly allergic to cats. So that's why I look like this. But anyways, today we are going to be doing a basic everyday makeup tutorial. I'm just gonna kind of walk you through my daily look because a lot of my friends have been asking me to make this video, so here you go, you guys. Alright, so we are back. Let's get started. So first off, I always start off my makeup look with my moisturizer. So for moisturizer, I use the Enzymion moisturizer from Lush. I'm almost out of it, and my local Lush is closed because they're being like renovated, so that's super fun. But because I have nails, I have to apply it with my knuckle, which is fun. My long nail girls get it. So we're gonna go ahead and just rub this in. I really like this moisturizer because it's like super duper light, and it just kind of like melts into your skin. Like it doesn't like sit on top of your skin and make you feel super like oily and gross. Like it just kind of moisturizes, and that's it. Also, pro tip, anti-aging tip, instead of pushing down on your moisturizer, push up like this, so that way when you're older your face doesn't sag. So that's fun tip. So now we're just gonna take 2 bobby pins and we're gonna pin my hair back just so my foundation doesn't get all up in my hair. I just got my hair dyed yesterday, so it's all fresh and fly for this video. And we don't want to get foundation all up in there. Am I right, ladies? Alright, so now that we are looking psychotic, let's go ahead and get started with foundation. So usually I use the Lancome foundation. This is the shade 215 Buff. But you know, today we're feeling a little bougie, so we're gonna go in with the Fenty primer. Since the Fenty foundation is very drying on my skin, because I have like textured skin because of my acne, so I always have to put like moisturizer on and then a fat layer of the primer just so it doesn't, you know, point out all of my flaws. So, you know, and I also have a really big forehead, so I need like an entire pump just on my forehead. You know, it's the life that we big forehead queens gotta live. Okay, so now we are all moisturized and primed. Now it's time to actually put on foundation. So I am the shade 185 in the Fenty foundation. This is one of her newer shades that she just came out with. I really struggled finding my shade with her foundation. Like when it first came out, I thought I was in like the 200s. Bitch, was I wrong. I brought one home and I literally look orange as fuck. It was not my shade. I was not looking cute. So, you know, she came out with her new shades, and 185 it seems to fit me pretty well, you know. It is like a little bit, like a tiny itsy bitsy bit darker than my actual skin tone, but you know how that shit goes. I have noticed with her foundation that it does oxidize, so like you put it on and you're like, that's a perfect match, and then like 2 minutes later you're like, that's a little dark. And also like my face color and my neck color are 2 different colors, so it's hard for me to like match my face foundation with my neck foundation. So, you know, we always look a little bit darker on my neck, which is fine. I don't really give a shit. Like, if you want to point that out to me, I already know. So, nothing new here, ladies. Make sure to buff that past the edge of your face, by the way, like a little bit down your neck. Even if you don't go all the way down, just, you know, don't have like a line right here, because I've seen girls walk around with just like a line of foundation, and I'm like, buff it out, please. You know, like I'll let you borrow my beauty blender, girl, just please buff it out. Oh my god. So as you can see, I use a lot of foundation. I use about, depending on which foundation I'm using, I use usually about 4 to 5 pumps on my face, when normal people use like 2 or 3. And that's just because I have a lot of like discoloration in my face, and I like to look like a mannequin. So, and yet again, because I have a fat forehead, I need a whole pump just for my forehead. Alright, so now that we're looking even crazier, we are going to start with concealer. So I am going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Fair Neutral. This is a lot lighter than my actual skin tone because I want to brighten up underneath my eyes and on like the raised parts of my face. So let's go ahead and blend this in. Alright, so now it is time to bake. So we are going to go in with the Cover FX translucent powder, and we are going to bake our face to make it look nice and cakey. So we're going to take our beauty blender and put it in the powder and put that underneath our eyes and everywhere that we put our concealer. So also on the forehead, because I have like a crease in my forehead. I don't know if any of you guys have noticed that, but like if I go like that, you can see there's like a huge dent in my freaking forehead that I absolutely cannot stand. So I usually powder the hell out of my forehead so I don't have to deal with that. Alright, we're looking extra cray cray. That's fun. And usually in this process I get powder all over the place. So, fun. Alright, so now we're gonna just brush away all of that bake. Some girls like to leave it on for like a really long time, but I don't know. I never have found a difference in leaving it on for a long time, so I just kind of brush it all off. Alright, now we're looking mad as hell. So it is time to bronze. We're going to be using my favorite bronzer, the Marc Jacobs Coconut Omega Bronzer. It smells like coconut. It is delicious. The shade is really like nice for like pale people. So yeah, and then I'm using the Jeffree Star JS2 brush. I always say, like I always want to say J52 or like J50 whatever because like the S kind of looks like a 5, but it's whatever. So we're just going to put this kind of like the contour just like on our cheeks, but like I'm kind of like messy with my bronzer, you know. I don't make it like a perfect line, I just kind of go for it because, you know, I feel like it's more natural if it's kind of all over the place rather than like totally cut. And we are bronzed. We have some color now, ladies. We are not just a pale mess. Then we're going to go in with the Bella blush from Juvia's Place. This is what it looks like. It's a little bit dark for me, so I have to go like really, really light with it. So I literally just go, like I just hit it once. And then put it on my cheeks. And literally like look at, like you could see the blush, and I literally, you saw me, I hit that once, blew it, tapped it, and then put it on, and it's already like crazy on my face. So this blush is like insanely pigmented, so like be careful with it. Alright, so I just got my hair dyed like lighter than normal, so I'm not going to be using my like dark brow shade that I usually use when like my roots are grown out, because like when my roots are grown out my hair looks a lot darker. But now that I'm like kind of like platinum gray, which like it's gonna fade out, so right now it is like a little bit darker, but once the color fades it's gonna look hella light. So I'm using a lighter brow color today in taupe. It's the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. Also, excuse my hamster, she's awake, she's drinking water. I don't know if you can see her, but we're just gonna brush through these brows and we're gonna go ahead and fill them in. Usually when I do my brows, I like to start on the bottom part of my brow and just kind of find that line. And also they really need to be plucked, like you can see little hairs. But I've been kind of like growing out my brows lately to make them more like thick and natural rather than like plucking them all the time. And then I'll go ahead and follow the upper part of my brow, but I won't go all the way here because this is where like the fade is gonna happen. And then we'll go down the tail, extend the tail just a little bit, and fill it in. You want to make sure that the tail of your brow is darker than the front part of your brow because you don't want to like have like a total box brow where it's just like a line and like you look insane. So usually like you kind of like fade it into the front really lightly so that you don't look psycho. So you can see how there's a line here and like a line here, but there's nothing really here. That's good because you don't want to have those weird old boxy brows like some of those Instagram girls have because they're a little crazy. So that's my brow. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other one. Alright, so now that the brows are on, we're gonna go ahead and work on our eyes. So today we are going to be using the Juvia's Place Warrior 2 palette. It looks like this. It's like an all matte palette, super cute for like everyday looks. I haven't used this palette a lot, so you know, it's fun. I usually use this shade down here and then like the more warmer shades. So that's what we're gonna kind of do today. So a lot of the times I start out my makeup looks with a cool toned, like very nude looking brown in my crease with a big fluffy brush like this. This is a Morphe brush. It doesn't have a number on it because it was a part of one of those like sets. So we're gonna just dip into Canna right here, which is like a nice like nude cool tone brown. With a big fluffy brush, we're going to tap it off a little bit so that it's not too insane, and we're just going to go in kind of messily in our crease. Alright, so now that we have our basic color on, we're going to go ahead and take a smaller brush. This is the Jeffree Star JS5 brush from Morphe, and we're going to dip into, first of all, let's clean off this brush because this brush is dirty. We're gonna dip into Yodit. I'm gonna go ahead and dip into Yodit right here. It's kind of like a warm brown color. I'm gonna top that off and go into the same sort of spots that we went in with that light brown, but we're not gonna go as high with it as we did before. We're gonna just kind of stick in our actual crease and a little bit on the lid so that you can actually see the color and it's not just like hiding. And I really like this brush because it's like tapered, it's like really thin, so it like really gets into your crease. So 10 out of 10, would recommend. I have beef with like real haired brushes because they're not as soft as synthetic brushes. Like I always feel like I'm getting stabbed in the eye just a little bit. And like I don't really notice a difference in blending. Like some people say that real hair blends better than synthetic hairs, but I don't really see a difference, honestly. Now we're going to take this really, really tiny Cosette S185 brush and we're going to dip into Kafuru, I think that's how you say it. It's kind of like a warm, darker red tone brown. I'm going to dip into that and we're going to go like on our inner corner right here and like in our crease. So it's lit. And I really, really like this brush because it's like so tiny, so it gets like all up in there, you know? And it like really applies the color nicely. Like it's not too intense, but it's also like, it holds product. It doesn't just sort of like slap it on, you know? I'm going to make sure that you can see that color in your inner corner because we're doing a halo eye today, which is what I usually do. I like doing halo eyes. If you don't know what a halo eye is, it's basically when you have shading around your eye and only the middle part has like glitter or like a lighter color. I find that it makes my eyes look more round, but I don't know what the science is behind it necessarily. I just like the way that it looks. Alright, so now that those colors are laid down, we're going to go in with the same fluffy brush that we used with that really light nude color. We're going to just dip in that light nude color, barely anything on it. We're going to tap a lot of it off and we're just going to kind of go over the edges of what we just did. So that way if we missed any blending, it'll all be nicely blended out. Alright, so now that we have the top part of our eyes pretty much done, we're going to work on the bottom of our eyes. So we're going to take that same color, the Kafuru color right here, and we're going to go under our eyes up until about where the color of our eyes stops in the middle corner, because we're going to add a different, like a lighter glitter right there. So go ahead and take this small brush and buff it in. I'm usually very careful with like my under eyes because it can get like really dark and really intense really fast. So just be very light-handed with it. You can always build. Just don't go crazy. Alright, so now that we have our shadows done, we're gonna go in with some glitter. So we're going to go in with another Juvia's Place palette. This is the Masquerade Mini palette by Juvia's Place. This is what it looks like. This is literally one of my all-time favorite palettes in the world. The glitters are insane. Like if you need a good eyeshadow palette and you're balling on a budget, Juvia's Place is amazing. A lot of YouTubers have coupon codes. I really want one. So Juvia's Place, if you're watching this, please give me a discount code. Thank you. But you can use Nikki Tutorials code, which gives you like 10% off. And yeah, it's a really great brand and I love their products so much. I love that they're affordable for poor bitches like me. So let's go ahead and dip into this bad boy. So usually with Juvia's Place's glitters, I like to use my fingers to apply them. I will only really use a brush if I like don't want it to be like too glittery, but like I'm feeling the glitter today. So we're going to take our middle finger and we're going to dip into, okay, I'm sorry if I say this wrong, Dahlia, I think that's how you say it. It's this nice gold color right here, and we're just gonna kind of rub into it a little bit so it's on our finger and put it right in the middle of our eyeball. You can see how freaking pretty that glitter is. Like what? Gonna do the same thing on this side, and boom, girl, we are glitterified. But yeah, like literally I just swatched it with like the rest that was on my finger, and it's like wow, love that. Now we're going to take this flat brush right here and we are going to go into that same gold color and just kind of place it right here in the inner corner to give us just a little extra ooh, you know. Alright, so now that we are all glitterified, it is time to finish up the eyes. So now we are going to go into eyeliner. We're going to use the tattoo liner from Kat Von D. Go ahead and shake it up. You know, we'll do a wing today. I usually don't do wings with like very casual looks like this, but I know that this girl that I work with, Maria, shout out Maria, she wanted me to do a tutorial on how I do my winged eyeliner. So we're gonna go ahead and do that today. I'm gonna try to bring my mirror, oh shoot. I'm gonna try to bring my mirror a little bit closer, so sorry if the lighting is changing, just so I can really focus because the eyeliner takes a little bit of time. So my method is I start with the tail going out, and then I start up here and I bring it into the inner corner, and then I fill. So what you're gonna wanna do is find where your lower lash line is leading up to. So you're going to take your pencil or your liner brush thing and follow your lower lash line. And make the wing however long that you want to make it. And do the same with the other eye. Alright, so now we have the base of our wings on. Now we are going to pick how thick we want them. So based on how thick you want them, that is as high as you are going to go on your line. So if you want them really thin, you would start lower down here. If you want them pretty thick, you would start up here. So I usually go, you know, pretty thick with my eyeliner. So we're gonna start about right here and we're gonna bring it down, but not all the way into your inner corner because that actually makes your eyes look a lot smaller. So we're gonna go about where the blue of my eyes starts right here. So now we have the basic outline of our wing, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And at this point is when you realize if they're a little bit crooked or not. Right now they're looking okay. This side is a little bit longer than this side, but we're going to go ahead and fill them in and adjust however we need to adjust. Then we're going to go ahead and go in with the Marc Jacobs black eyeliner pencil, and we're going to go in our water lines on the upper part of our eyes, not the lower part, because that actually closes off your eyes a lot. So all right. Now we're going to take our mascara, the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I really love this. It's so nice. It has never done me wrong. I cry a lot and it never leaks. So, so we're gonna go ahead and put this on our upper and lower lashes. All right, so now our eyes are done. I usually don't wear lashes on like a daily basis, so I just kind of put on mascara and I'm chilling. So now it is our favorite part, highlighting. So today we are going to be using the Ofra Cosmetics highlighter by Nikki Tutorials in Glazed Donut. My friend Kim got this for me and I'm so like madly in love with it. It is absolutely like insane when you put it on. Like I have to kind of like buff it out a little bit because it's so insane. But we're going to be taking the JS4 highlighting brush from the Jeffree Star collection, and we're just gonna pop this right on. So yeah, it's insane. It's definitely not for natural looks, but you know, she's gorgeous. Put a little bit on our nose. Alright, and we are all glazed up. Now the final touch is just our lips. I rarely ever wear lipstick, so usually I'll just put on some chapstick just to kind of smooth out my lips. I feel like, you know, my looks would be a lot more complete if I actually did lipstick, but I just know myself and I eat a lot of oily foods, and that just wouldn't work with me. So it would just come right off. Now we're gonna take out our pin so that we don't look crazy anymore. Now it is time to set our makeup. So I use the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, just like everybody and their mother, because it freaking works. And we're just gonna go ahead and set this face. Alright, so now we are all set and we are finished. So this is the final natural makeup look. This is what I do pretty much like every single day, getting ready for work, school, all of that jazz. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that my friends enjoyed this because they asked me to do this, so I hope you guys are watching. If you guys have any questions or comments or anything, go ahead and comment them down below. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. It's freaking lit. I will see you guys probably next week with a new pick a card reading video because I'm planning on going to the crystal store soon, so I may do a crystal haul too. So yeah, see you guys later. Bye.